Hi guys, welcome to another pick a card reading. So this reading I decided to do, actually a few people were requesting me this video. A lot of you guys are going through a breakup or through some kind of separation, so I decided to make this video for all of you guys who are hurting right now or who are just dealing with a breakup and you're wondering whether this connection is going to come around in your life or not, or whether you should move on. So this is about whether you're wondering if this person who you have in mind ever cared about you. Do they care now? And maybe it's time for you to move on, or maybe there is, a chance that the two of you will be able to reconcile and understand each other better. So anyway, this is pile number 1, this is going to be pile number 2, and this is going to be pile number 3. So again, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, then the message is just not for you. You're always welcome to watch more than one pile. I really hope this is helpful. And just before we get started, all the information about the description, all the information about the readings that I'm currently offering is in the description box. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at a timestamp. Okay, let's look at pile number 1. So your first card here is Loves. I'm gonna autofocus this. Okay, so your first card here is all about love from the Oracle. We also have here a look for a sign. We have boundaries. We also have here, this is Coffin card. In traditional Lenormand, it's usually about endings, but this is about initiation in the specific deck that I'm using. We also have here the 8 of Wands. We have here the 9 of Cups. We have here the 10 of Swords. We have Femme Fatale. And we have the 5 of Wands. Okay. So whoever chose pile number 1, I'm getting a lot of really mixed energy. I feel like this was the connection was running hot and cold. I feel like there would definitely, when the two of you just came together, it seemed like, that the both of you were each other's wish. I feel like for some of you, you guys are still each other's wish. You are still everything, either one of you or both of you always hoped for and dreamed for. However, at the same time, I feel like in this situation, there was a lot of pain that happened. There was this brutal ending for whoever picked pile number 1. I feel like for some of you, there could have been even like things like animosity, things like you became enemies and you don't even understand how did you become enemies? How did it go so bad? How did so much hate, maybe even for some of you, appeared in the connection that in the beginning felt like a dream? It's kind of like, tainted love sort of thing here, because I do feel like in the beginning there was a lot of attraction, a lot of passion, but then somehow things just went really bad with this person. And I do feel like for some of you there was an ending as well, because this is still in a Lenormand, in traditional Lenormand, this is all about endings. For some of you, this ending was an initiation of a bigger spiritual awakening that some of you guys are going through. I do feel like this person did care about you. That goes without any saying here. I feel like for you to really understand how to proceed forward, you need to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that are following you. I do feel like your angels are trying to communicate with you, trying to show you something very important right now. So if you only kind of like look with your logical mind, you are not going to find an answer. But if you sort of open yourself up to just be able to get out of your mind basically and see what the universe is trying to show you, I feel like you will have more clarity which direction to go next. I do feel like somebody here is trying to communicate or wants to communicate, but there are some kind of boundaries. So for some of you, somebody could have literally blocked another person or put some kind of boundary where another person cannot reach them anymore. So I feel like, this connection, I think, has pushed you both to figure out what your boundaries are. Like both of you, I think it's not just one person. Like, what do you allow into your life? What do you not? How do you allow other people to treat you? Different things. Like, I feel this connection, oh my God, was like, oh my God, this connection was definitely very volatile. You know how they say when a tornado meets volcano? So it was very, very, very passionate connection, but at the same time explosive is what I'm hearing. For some of you, it was like really, really crazy. I feel like one of you guys could have either Scorpio or very powerful 8th house even, or maybe in your synastry chart, you have 8th house aspects. So this is a really sexual connection, and I feel like they see you, if you're a woman watching this, as this femme fatale, or if you're a man watching this, maybe you seeing your woman as this femme fatale, very sexy, very seductive, very attractive, beautiful woman. But at the same time, femme fatale, as the name implies, also shows that, you know, it is a romance that is sexy, that is deep and mysterious. However, at the same time, there is certain element of danger being present. And I do feel like in this connection as well, there is some kind of element. There is some kind of element of just something being kind of a little bit explosive, really. That's the word I'm hearing. However, I feel like whoever the individual you're acquiring with has very strong feelings towards you. I feel like, honestly, guys, I don't know how old you are, but age really doesn't matter, because, you know, people of all ages can meet sometimes somebody who just makes them feel like, you know, really like a teenager almost. Because I feel like with this connection, a lot of you guys are learning, you know, you're coming back to this almost like feeling like a teenager in love, and also learning what love is, you know, learning how to make it work, how to make this commitment work. You know, this card literally says, you'll know your love is real and true when making love means something new, when holding hands or sharing hugs can satisfy your need for love. Until you both feel this is true, it's just romance, not love for you. So I do feel like you guys, as a result of this connection, are learning right now a lot about what love is, how to make a relationship happen. And hold on a second, I want to take you a couple of additional cards. I want to ask the Afset Tarot whether you should move on from the situation or you should wait. Again, I cannot tell you what to do, but let's see what the cards say here. Because I do feel like this person really cared about you. And right now, even though there's animosity, it's not like they feel like they do love you. But, you know, sometimes when you're angry at somebody you once really loved, you know. Anyway, we have here Ace of Cups. I feel like you guys should release any kind of negative emotions you have about the situation, so that whether this love could be reborn and transformed and re-enter your life, or a new love could enter your life, because Ace of Cups is all about the offering of love. And I feel like if you stay, for a lot of you, again, it could be not resonating with you, maybe you need to just pick a different pile, or the reading today is not for you. But I feel like if you feel any kind of pain, and you know how they say when you lose somebody you love, and I resonate with this energy very well myself, there is 7 stages of grief. There is stage when you are just rejecting what happened, you're in denial. Then there is a stage also when you start coping, there is sadness, there's anger. And I feel some of you just could experience all these volatile emotions, and it's time to kind of like let that go, just release all these powerful emotions you're going through, maybe channel it into some kind of creativity or sport or whatever it is. And just really make an opening for love to come into your life, whether it's again going to be with this person or whether it's going to be somebody else. We have here a Queen of Wands. Some of you could be a Leo or a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or dealing with one. I feel like this summer is going to be very important for you. For some of you, there's going to be a commitment heading your way, an important commitment, maybe with this individual. But again, if you know that this relationship is beyond despair, like beyond repair, and it's time to release it and instead welcome something new, maybe it could be a new person. Let's see, we have here Queen of Cups and Page of Wands. In this particular deck, this Page of Wands is also talking about walking away from, you know, unfulfilling situation. I feel like you guys have more than one option also on your, you know, and I know the Queens are feminine energy, but I still feel like you guys love this person. This person means so much to you. But you know, when you tell the universe that you only want this one specific person and you want them to come to you in this specific way, you're limiting what the universe can give you. Just really release whatever, you know, your how, and just concentrate on what you want the most. You want forgiveness and you want love, and say that you're open to this, for these things to come into your life in whichever way possible. Some of you could also be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio watching this. I don't feel like this is two different people. I feel like this resonates with person who's watching this. Some of you are fire signs and some of you are water signs. So just ask the universe to present you with this opportunity to heal and this opportunity to find this big new love. And I feel like this new love is headed your way. And again, to to answer your question, yes, I feel this person really cared for you. I think they still care. I do feel like there is a lot of volatile emotions currently that need to be released. I do feel like you guys are going to be moving on from volatile emotions, from painful emotions, towards, you know, towards the wish fulfillment. Again, whether it's going to be with this person or with somebody new, it's going to depend case to case. Anyway, guys, pile number 1, I hope this reading was helpful. I really wish you all the best. All my private information is in the description box, all my information about readings and all of that. And now we're going to move to pile number 2. Hi, pile number 2. Let's see what you guys got. Your first card here is Priest. This card been coming up a lot in my readings lately. We have here the Actor. Maybe I need to go to the Priest. Just kidding. It's up to you. We also have here Transformation. We have here Quarrels. Oh my god, does everyone have some kind of conflict going on? We have here the 3 of Swords. Oh wow. We also have here the Page of Cups. Maybe some of you guys will need to watch pile number 1 as well. Just saying. We also have here the 8 of Swords. We have here the Hierophant. Wow, very similar energy with pile 1. We have here the 9 of Cups. We also have here the Knight of Wands. We have here the 6 of Cups. So, did this person care about you? I think that yes. This person cared about you because I feel the heartbreak you feel is mutual. Like, you feel heartbroken, they feel heartbroken too. I feel like in the past there were some disagreements, gossip, other people maybe interfering into relationships. Just overall, some kind of, you know, discord was present there. Like, people couldn't work together. People couldn't agree which way to go, what to do. And I feel like this, for a lot of you, has caused this heartbreak. It has caused, you know, the situation to come to an end. I do feel like, you know, in the beginning, and this is almost exactly as pile number 1, in the beginning, you both were each other's wish fulfillment. You both kind of like saw each other and was like, oh my god, this is my dream girl. This is my dream guy. Like, you both felt like lucky, maybe even in the beginning when you just met, you were like, oh my god, the universe has given me what I was praying for. The universe was giving me exactly, you know, what I asked. But then, again, I don't know how exactly it happened, but I feel like the situation has turned sour for you. I'm actually getting here that somebody with this Hierophant card, well, first of all, somebody could be Taurus watching this, but also I feel like either one of you or both of you maybe even could have some other commitments and even marriage there. However, you know what I'm hearing here, this marriage was kind of like about to come to an end regardless. However, it still has affected your situation is what I'm hearing here. With this Extra card, I feel like people were really wearing masks here in this situation. I feel like whether somebody didn't show how they really feel or whatever the situation was, there was some kind of politics involved. I don't know what is this politics about, but I feel like, you know what this card says here too. When one you love declines to play, then bide your time, watch what you say. I don't know. I feel like there was just a lot of, honestly, straight on mind games, maybe even in this situation, and somebody was really putting up masks. Somebody was not really showing what the real deal is. Somebody here was just kind of in this situation where they were like an actor. Somebody could be creative actually as well, just an actual profession of an actor. But regardless, I feel like this heartbreak happens, and I feel like it's a mutual heartbreak. You both feel it. I don't feel like this is just one person. I feel what needs to happen here, and hold on, before we get into it, with this 8 of Swords energy, I feel like whatever is going on in both of your lives, whatever like your lives are looking like on the surface, you both are trying to, you know, sort of like show how everything is okay, but I feel like spiritually and emotionally, both of you are feeling exactly what this card shows. You are just crawling into bed, you know, late at night in a fetal position, and somebody could be actually depressed here. I don't know if it's you or if it's a person you're dealing with. There is just a lot of straight on pain here. Like, I'm feeling pain. There's a lot of pain in the situation that needs to be released. I think it's much easier than what it seems to be. I feel like you guys both, to be honest, are suffering for no reason, to be honest here, because with this Page of Cups here, This is about forgiveness. This is about, you know, just giving each other a chance, just being playful with each other again, stopping, like kind of releasing all this heavy energy. This relationship, this connection has so much heavy energy, it's not even funny. And it's in order to move forward, whether with or without them, this heavy energy needs to be released. Just like what I was saying in the pile number 1, very similar energy. This energy, allow it to transform you. Don't make this energy make you angry or resentful or going into all kind of states. Let it transform you. Your spiritual transformation is going to come through this connection if you let it. If whenever the pain comes, if whenever resentment towards this person come, or if whenever any kind of emotion you're experiencing comes, if you think about it that this is your test before you're about to receive some major blessing. Here she's holding this very special stone. Some kind of major blessing will come to your life. With the 6 of Cups here, I feel like they also do really miss you. I feel like you guys both miss each other, and for a lot of you there's going to be a chance to, maybe if not necessarily reconcile, even though for some people a reconciliation here could be, I feel like you guys will have an opportunity to see each other again. But again, it's also going to be kind of like with this it's up to you card, up to you. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to give them another chance? Do you want to, maybe you yourself need to apologize for something? And again, I hope my words don't trigger you, because I know you guys, when you watch these videos, you feel heartbroken and you feel sensitive, and sometimes you hear something and it triggers you painfully, and then you take it out on a reader or on whoever. But the thing is, like, I know exactly how you feel, because I've also been through a lot of pain in a relationship I was dealing with. But you should let this pain transform you, basically what I was saying before. Don't let it make you angry. Don't let it put you in a places where you act, you know, where you lie, like where you dim your light, basically. With the Knight of Wands, I think also somebody wants to communicate with you. I feel like you guys want to communicate with each other, no matter what it seems like on the surface. I feel like communication for some of you, and even travel, might be coming your way as well. And with this priest energy, I don't know if it's you or them. Somebody here could be actually like religious, maybe even, but I feel like somebody here been really going also through a little bit of a spiritual awakening, where I think some of them maybe started going to some kind of spiritual place, maybe church literally, or something of that nature. And maybe they were trying to also ask guidance for, I don't feel like it's a reader or even astrologer. I feel like it's more one of this, whatever religion or whatever spiritual beliefs you have, going towards some kind of figure there. Like if you're Christian, for example, it will be a priest. You know, if you're Jewish, it would be like a rabbi or whatever, you know. So it's like they're trying to go towards some kind of figure, basically, you know, for some advice. And anyway, let's see a little bit more what's coming for the future with this person. We have here Temperance. Yes, healing of the situation will be happening here. Feel like the situation needs to balance itself out. There needs to be some forgiveness happening here. Some of you could have a very spiritual connection with this individual as well. Let's see what else. This card wants to come out. King of Wands. Some of you could be dealing with the Leo, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, maybe even double Sagittarius, because it's my Sagittarius card. This person, you know, their ego often, you know, if it's a man you're dealing with, their ego often gets the best of them, and they could have, you know, apologized already 100,000 times, literally. But, you know, they prefer to suffer in silence, I guess. 6 of Pentacles. I feel like this person in the past has also been giving you crumbs, but let's see, what's coming to the future, for the future with this person. High Priestess, you know, they don't really want to show me, because I feel like there is no one thing there's a lot of different scenarios, how could it be, but I feel like for now the future is unknown. All we know is that healing will be taking place on some level, and I do feel like here some kind of apology is owed, at least by one person, maybe even both people, to each other, or at least even if you don't have ability to apologize to each other, maybe it's just about forgiving them in your heart and just moving forward with this energy, because, you know, like the more you hold on to this energy, the harder and the heavier it becomes. And anyway, if it didn't resonate, feel free to pick another pile, and also if this did resonate, I encourage you to also watch pile number 1. Anyway, guys, from pile number 2. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I hope you guys got some clarity and some insight from this reading. Thank you so much for watching. And now we're gonna move to pile number 3. All the information about my private readings and everything is in the description box. Number 3, let's see what you guys got. We have here isolation. We have here peaceful resolution. We have here heal thyself. We have here security. Actually, no, this is long-term vision in this Lenormand deck. We have here 10 of Wands. We have 7 of Pentacles. We have death. Wow, death double times. Wow. We have here the Hanged Man. And we have here the Alchemist. All right, pile number 3. Did this person ever care or not? You know what it is? I'll explain. So, first of all, I feel like this person cares now, whether they cared before or not. But I feel like in the past, you two had this dynamic where you were expecting a lot from them and you were willing to wait. However, they, in their life, felt completely 10 more times overwhelmed with their responsibilities. So it's not like you weren't beautiful enough or special enough, or it's not like they couldn't feel the connection. I feel like this person felt it, but they were so numbed down because of all the burdens they were carrying. For some of them, they were dealing with another person, with addictions, with all kind of issues. And you know, it was kind of like it was I don't want to say it was doomed to fail, but the dynamic was that this person had all this heavy burdens that they couldn't even take care of themselves, and you were kind of like here already waiting, investing. Maybe some of you have been manifesting already like a love interest for a long time, and you were willing to wait because when you met them, I feel like you were thinking that, oh my god, we definitely gonna be together, this is my future husband, or this is my soulmate, or this is my twin flame, so I am okay, you know, like you know, like I can wait. However, this created a very unhealthy dynamic for some of you is what I'm seeing here, because you've been expecting so much of them, whether consciously or unconsciously, and they already felt a lot of heavy responsibilities. So even though you were trying to be there for them, even though you tried to give them anything and everything they would want, even though you loved them so much, what ended up happening is that they, you know, it actually became some of that heavy energy because they couldn't reciprocate you. And I don't feel like they are like a shitty person or anything like that. I feel like they just had a lot of heavy burdens. So when you came into them with your love, with your expectations, and with all of that, whether again your expectations could have been conscious or unconscious, so you know, don't get triggered. But like, this is just, I'm seeing this so clearly, it's kind of crazy here. I just feel like because this person couldn't reciprocate, couldn't give you what they want, they started resenting themselves, they started resenting the situation. I don't feel like they started resenting you, but some of their behavior and some of the actions could have come off that way. So they started basically, because they couldn't give anyone anything in this situation or in their life at that time, and you were there so perfect and waiting, and actually that you were waiting and patient made the situation, I feel like, worse. You know why? Because it oh my god, I'm seeing such crazy message here. Because they, you know, if at least you were like impatient or whatever, they would have been, oh, she can't even wait for me or whatever. But because on top of everything you were patient, you were almost like an angel, like not all around you were perfect. This made this even heavier for them. And I know this kind of makes no sense, but I feel like if you were dealing with a situation, this will make sense to you. And again, if this is not your situation, just feel free to pick another pile, or maybe the reading today is just not for you. But anyway, this is the dynamic I'm seeing that unclear here between two people. So, and we have here isolation, and I feel like what ended up happening for a lot of you, separation ended up happening, for a lot of you isolation ended up happening. And this person also, again, this isolation here again talks about being overwhelmed. Keep your distance to avoid being overwhelmed. Now, it's not wise for you to get too close to another. This card literally says what I didn't even know what this card was saying, and I was describing the situation, you know. So I feel like this person was distancing themselves, and you couldn't figure it out. You were like, what the hell? Like, why is this person running away? Why is this person rejecting me? Why, when we meet, this person just goes and walks in another direction or something of the nature for some of you? Why? You were asking yourself that question. But really, this person just felt so overwhelmed. They just tried to put some distance over, like, between themselves and you. Again, this is not about whether they cared or not. I feel like this is not even related to you. It has to do with the things that were going on in their life. So, okay, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, there was, of course, was 2 death cards. First of all, Scorpios, probably watching this pile number 3. Hello, Scorpios, if you're watching. Or they could be Scorpio. Or something also significant happened in the months of Scorpio. But 2 death cards, you know, it's like, you know, it's, I feel like situation ended for a lot of you. Yes, obviously, with 2 death cards. But also, I feel like, you know, if you think about it, death on death is also the death of death. So in a way, maybe for some of you who really spiritually like took advantage of opportunity to transform yourself, what could end up happening also is that this situation, because of how painful the ending was, will eventually, and again, I'm saying eventually, I'm not saying that this is going to happen right now, I'm saying eventually, what's going to eventually happen is that you will realize there is truly no ending, there is truly no separation, there is truly no pain. You know, it's all just in their mind, like the true spiritual kind of like awakening, like Eckhart Tolle type of, you know, power of now. But the ending regardless did happen. I feel like it was very painful, and a lot of you had no choice after whatever the traumatic event, the traumatic ending that happened between of you, had no choice but to let go. Piscean could also be involved in the situation somehow. Month of December is also important here somehow. Months of December, January, and February. So this winter something significant could have been going down between the 2 of you. So yeah, there was this isolation, there was this pain. Again, you know, I said that I cannot say if a person cared or not because of all this overwhelm, but I feel like they did care. Because the thing is, if they were a bad person, they would just totally like, how to say, they would totally just block you off and not care. I feel like they did care, and that's what made it worse for them. And here with this 19 and 24, heal thyself, I think this is about kind of like a time period for both of you where you really are in the process of healing. Maybe some of you are not talking with this person and you are healing, and so are they. And I feel like both of you, or even one of you, is focused on the long-term vision. What do you want to achieve in your life? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with this experience that happens? I feel like both of you could be gifted in different ways. Here, maybe you are like soulmates, twin flames, all that. And this alchemist talks about transformation, basically. And if you think about it, I don't know who, one of the poets from, you know, Instagram, from social media, I forgot the name, I'm so sorry. There was this, like somebody said this from this, you know, like Instagram, social media poets. The world gives you so much pain, and here you are making gold out of it, something of that nature. But basically, like, I'm seeing you guys as being able to take whatever happened between the 2 of you and transform it into something. And I feel like they do care now. And this is the kind of person, they don't know how to show they care, you know. And they very often feel detached and isolated. They isolate themselves. But I feel like deep down in their soul, they are a sweet person. But it's just the timing when you 2 met. You dealt both with so much. And it was hurting, I feel like, them. That you had so much expectation over them. And look at that. We have here 9 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. I feel like they definitely also think about you. Just in general, in this relationship, there was a lot of confusion with the 7 of Cups, a lot of worries and anxiety, a lot of projection on each other. I'm hearing here of things that were not even ever real. Like, they could have triggered you badly, your sensitive spots, something maybe you've been fighting since you were a child, some kind of trauma was reawakened by this person. And I feel like you did the same to them. So if you sometimes cannot understand, like, and you think that, oh my God, I treated them so nicely and I did everything so perfectly to them, you might not know because you don't know what their trauma is, but like, you guys do mirror each other quite a bit. So if they triggered any kind of pain, any kind of fears in you, you did the same to them. You, again, it's not that you did something bad, it's not that you did something wrong, it's just part of it. I think you guys have some kind of karmic, maybe ties in synastry. And when I say karmic, I don't mean it how YouTube usually uses the word. Everyone can have karmic ties, like literally they still can be your soulmate, twin flame, or whatever. It just means there is karma between the two of you, probably something with north and south node happening, or there is also other indicators. I'll look at it in my, when I do my readings. But anyway, I feel like you've just triggered this pain in each other, and from 7th to the 9th, July to September, there could be also some significant events happening for you. Somebody else could hear it could be life path 7 or life path 9, maybe also Libra and Sagittarius, but I feel like more than anything this is Scorpio here energy. And I feel like they do think about you. They're not sure, what to do, where to go with what they did. They kind of are aware they made the wrong choice. And at the same time, they are trying to fight. Somebody here could have had anxiety attacks, sleepless nights. They're trying to work out that energy. Let's see, the Fool, because, it's almost like somebody here wants to start a new journey, travel free. And you see how this energy is different. Here we have this 10 of Wands, a person who had all these burdens, all these responsibilities. But in Major Arcana, the Fool begins his journey. He is fresh. He is new here. He's brand new, just reborn in this world. So for some of you, maybe this person actually was able to drop whatever, responsibilities and heavy burdens they had, and now they're in a much better space, much better energy. So for some of you, maybe there will be something happening with them now. Maybe you both will drop whatever burdens you had and just kind of, try something new. Let's see, let's take this one. So for some of you, maybe they're also opening themselves up for love. Actually, this reading started heavy, but it kind of like the resolution here from all the 3 readings is much more, likely some kind of relationship or union coming your way. I think you guys do both love each other. I think you guys do both care about each other. It's just your I would say your natures are also pretty different. So they don't always understand why something hurts and triggers you the way it does. And I feel like you don't always understand what hurts and triggers them, because from your perspective, you think you're doing everything perfectly, but from their perspective, they also think, that a lot of things are not so bad that they do. So I feel like if you guys will make your relationship work, it will require some readjustment from both sides, really learning and understanding each other's love languages. I feel like they do care about you, so they would be willing to figure out what is it you want. This is the kind of person, I don't want to say that they're a people pleaser, but because they were in that situation of 10 of Wands before, I feel like they do take on themselves more responsibility than they should. Sometimes maybe they try to make everyone happy around them. However, maybe actually when they are in a serious relationship or marriage, and in a connection with a soulmate, maybe eventually it could actually become a good thing, because they will, instead of trying to please everybody else, they will actually focus on one person who is important to them, and try to maybe work harder to please them. One last card, let's see where this is going. And again, guys, it's a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, it's not for you. Maybe this reading today is not for you. I do readings daily, so I'm sure maybe, if not this, some other one will be for you. And we have here the Hanged Man. So the connection so far is on hold, but, again, Piscean energy here, or again, it's just time to let go of things. But I feel like if you cared for them at the moment when no one else was there for them, they do remember that, they do cherish that. And I feel for a lot of you, you guys will be able to forgive each other, and there could be a very cherished, a very loving union there once you drop each other's, once you drop any kind of resentment you have towards each other. Some of you could have a cat together as well, or love cats, or also Leo sign is here. I don't know, I don't think I have anything else to add here. But even if it's not with this person, even though I feel for a lot of you this is going to be a connection, a relationship coming your way with this person, I feel like you guys will find the love you seek, because you went through so much pain, you went through so many endings, and you're really healing. You've been waiting for something, and I feel like things will come to peaceful resolution. Everything will become balanced. And if you want something, the universe will provide that. Your desire is part of a never-expanding universe. So don't beat yourself on the back for desiring something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, this is a general reading. You can always pick another pile if it doesn't resonate. Hopefully, it was helpful for you. All the information about my private readings is in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.